Hello, myself Ajahar Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of History, TDB College, Raniganj, West Bengal. My today's teaching topic is the role of mining as a cause for environmental disaster. Our industrial activity on the planet cost it dearly, as we already see the terrible consequence of the things and technologies that we believe to be the main driving force of the development of humanity. Mining belongs to the number of industries that affects nature the worst. Despite it being useful for industry development, mining does great damages to the environment and biological diversity of the planet. Even worse is that its negative impact on nature is complex because it affects all its numerous elements. As the process of mining involves the extraction of the substances from the ground relevant to the different industrial fields. It is needless to say that mining is a business that brings enormous sums of money to its holders. The very core of the mining industry remains of an act of depredation because it involves taking away the resource that belongs rightfully to nature. The use of various technologies of search and removal of the material results in many negative consequences for our geological systems. These consequences include the formation of sinkholes that begins due to the collapse of mines that are not used anymore or are constructed out of accordance with the present rules of mines construction. What is more, the activity of mines very often ends up in erosion that occurs when earth materials and soil are destroyed by the wind and surface water streams. Soil erosion is a problem that affects all life forms that can be found in the territory where it occurs. Sometimes it takes places without reference to the human activity, and in such a case its consequence nature is not so devastating if compared to the ones of erosion caused by the mining. To continue, a growth of mining activity factors into such terrible phenomena as soil and groundwater contamination caused by the use of chemicals that are an essential part of the mining process. What makes us look even more inconsiderate is that the contamination of soil in any circumstances lead to the harm of our health. Realizing that we are still using chemicals that destroy our ecological system, however, if we take into consideration the sums of money made at the mining business, it all falls into place. Besides being one of the greatest contributors of the geological disaster that is coming from the mining industry constantly affects the biological diversity of our planet. Nature is a system of closely interconnected elements, and it is impossible to do harm to a certain element without disturbing others. The soil and the water polluted due to mining activity are a house for many biological species that suffer from our tendency to close the stable door after the horse has bolted. Mine dewatering may have an impact on the life of aquatic organism by changing the hydrogen index of the water. Worse still, this effect generally tend to the last long, and the terrible consequence may show then the right moments of fend of losses is already missed. Due to the interconnection of all aquatic organisms, The use of dangerous chemicals leaves every organism affected. The smallest units of underwater life as microorganisms also get the shares of noxious substances. As for terrestrial animals, they may be affected through the contact with land plants that get poisons directly from the polluted soil. To conclude, the number of negatives consequences of mining activity indicates the gravity of the present ecological situation to which the mining industry is one of the greatest contributors. The things that humanity believes to be the driving forces of its progress, in fact, have nothing to deal with the development. Instead, further progress of industry, included mining, is a step towards a natural disaster. Thank you all of you.